Alright guys, just saying here, back for another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and in today's video we're going to be checking out the Super Saiyan 3 Bardock EZA. Now at this point, this guy is out on Global alongside the other 3 Bardock sub-EZAs, but we'll get to them in their own showcase, but they definitely are very good, especially the physical Super Saiyan Bardock. He does stand out the most, but yeah, we're going to be checking out the Super Saiyan 3 Bardock EZA in this video, and this guy is an interesting unit. There is a lot of controversy around this guy just because I think he isn't as good as he could have been, especially if you compare him to like a lot of other EZA TURs like, AGL Blue Gogeta or like STR Cooler. This guy definitely does fall short by like a landslide. But in some situations, I do definitely think this guy is going to be pretty impressive. I mean, this guy does support, and he does like seal on super attack effect as well. So there's multiple things going on that you have to keep in mind. But this guy is a very heavy slot 2 and 3 unit. So, in slot 1, this guy's, like, unrunnable, but just in some situations, again, like I said, this guy is going to look a little wonky. But anyway, before we get into the video, if you find yourself enjoying it at any point, make sure you guys like and subscribe. And also keep in mind there's timestamps in the video, so if you want to skip around to any part, then absolutely feel free to do that. And, yeah, let's just get right into it. Okay, so on this opening rotation right here, we are going to have 4 out of 7 links, and we do have support from the Goku in slot 3 as well, so a pretty good opening rotation. And alright, 157k defense, so definitely not that good start of turn, but we do get 100% attack and defense when performing a super attack, so just from that alone, that's going to set us a little over 300k defense, and then we do get a 30% defensive buff on our super attack effect, so then from that, that's going to put us at like, what, almost 400k defense? Yeah, alright, that is not really that good, I'm going to be honest, but you do have to keep in mind this guy is supporting, more specifically, it's 50% attack for all super class allies. So there is more to his kit other than just 400k defense after he supers. And also, we could get an additional super if we had a Power Beyond Super Saiyan category ally on the same rotation. But unfortunately, we did not get the God Goku on the opening rotation with this guy. So, we're not going to have that right here, but we'll get it on one of his next rotations. And definitely the guaranteed additional does benefit him defensively because he obviously does get that 30% defense. So when you do have the additional, you're going to see this guy performing a little bit better defensively. And then if you get the additional super, that does mean you have a higher chance to do the hidden potential system additional super. And then if you're triple supering with this guy, I mean, as we saw right there, almost a 9 million attack stat, then, you could do 8.8 million attack stats or 9 million, whatever. And, of course, those are all defensively benefiting him because of 30% defense. So then, in the right scenarios, like I was saying, this guy definitely can look pretty impressive. It's just, I don't know, like, a start of turn, this guy is rough. 150k defense. That was pretty bad for a start of turn defensive stat. Like, I mean, I get it. He's a slot 2 and 3 unit, but I don't know, man. That was very low. Now, as I said, he is supporting for 50% attack for superclass allies, which is pretty useful. I think 50% defense probably would have been a little bit better, but I'm not downplaying it. 50% attack definitely is pretty useful. I mean, you're going to notice a big difference in units' performance in terms of how much damage they're doing, but I don't know. I feel like, I mean, the support is good, but I feel like it's just not enough, right? Like, I don't know, maybe if you supported for 50% attack and defense, it would make me feel a little bit better, but anyway, right here, we actually are missing out on a couple links, so we're only going to have 2 out of 7 links active, but we do have a lot of defensive support from the Gohan, so that kind of makes up for it. So, alright, 169k defense, so basically 170k defense. Okay. That's not necessarily that bad. We're going to be at, what, 340k defense after we get our 100% attack and defense buff from our passive. And then once we get the 30% from our super attack effect, we're going to be over 400k defense. So, that's alright. I mean, again, in slot 2 and 3, or after he supers, I say slot 2 and 3, but, technically, if you're not receiving any attacks before he supers, then you could probably throw this guy in slot 1. This guy definitely is going to look better and good, I guess. I don't know. It depends on what your definition of good is, because, he does get a massive defensive buff on super, definitely, but if you're only looking at, like, 400k defense, that's not the greatest. And I guess you could say that, we didn't have the guaranteed additional right there, so we were missing out on some defense, but I mean, look, let's get real. Even if he had the additional super right there, what were we going to be at? Like 500k defense? I don't know. I mean, you're going to have to triple super with this guy for him to look good defensively. Because then once you triple super, you know, then you're talking about like 600, 700k defense. And 600, 700k defense is still in dying range from a lot of the hard-hitting enemies. But considering he's at that level of defense and he's doing like almost a 10 million attack stat with a guaranteed additional, and then, you know, you could triple super. And then also he's got the support and he's sealing. If you start to consider everything, he definitely does start to look pretty impressive. But that is only with good RNG. So I feel like if you don't have good RNG, then that definitely does kind of start to fall apart. But anyway, right here, finally, we've got the guaranteed additional. So we're going to get this in the video. And we are going to have 4 out of 7 links. So a pretty good rotation for him. We don't have any support. So this is just the Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. And yeah, 131k defense. So this is a very realistic rotation. And 131k defense start of turn. Not really the best. But, you know, let's put him in slot 1. Still going to have 4 out of 7 links. And, I mean, yeah, let's just see how much damage this guy does. I'm not really expecting anything too crazy. It seems like this guy is going to be chilling around like a 7, 8 million attack stat, which is alright with the guaranteed additional. Yeah, 7.2. So definitely, you know, not the worst. Especially if we triple super right here, his damage does start to look very impressive. And we did get the crit off. But yeah, there was the guaranteed additional. So I think defensively right there, we were, what, a little over 400k? So, oh, we got the triple super. All right, so we were pushing 500k, if not a little over 500k right there. So definitely pretty impressive. I mean, we one-turned this Vegeta, but, I mean, you know, it's not really difficult to, not really difficult phase. So, but yeah, you know, I guess he's going to have his uses. We'll get one more rotation with him, and then we'll cut to the Cell Max event because this guy doesn't, you know, build up or anything. So his performance is going to stay fairly consistent. I mean, obviously it will change if you have like support on the rotation or, you know, better links, but for the most part, his damage and defense and all that is going to stay very consistent. So, you know, we'll just cut to the Cell Max fight after this. And I'm pretty sure we're going to be fine there. I mean, we're not going to survive a super, I'll tell you that now. But at least from normals, I think we'd be able to tank double digits. I don't know, though. That's a little bit of a stretch because, you know, Cell Max does hit pretty hard, even from his normals. And this guy does have type advantage, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to save him just because, you know, 400k defense isn't really that great. But I don't know. I would just be curious as to why they decided to not give this Bardock that much. Because, I mean, I would say my main issue with him is just the fact that he doesn't have that much going on for him. Like, you know, you could skip to the unit breakdown right now and just check out his passive if you're not aware of everything he has. But, like, his passive is very short. And I feel like that is really my main issue with him. Like, if they gave him some, like, crits, some dodge, damage reduction, just more stuff in general, I feel like he definitely would look a lot more impressive. I mean, obviously, because, you know, more stuff. But, I don't know. I just find it very weird. But, anyway, so right here, we are going to have 4 out of 7 links once again. We've got the God Goku on rotation, and we've got the 50% support. So this is a very good rotation because we've got the guaranteed additional, and we've got a lot of support. And then once again, 164k defense, so, you know, around 150k defense is what this guy is going to be at, which, I don't know. I guess that's not horrible, but, I mean, let's see how much damage he's doing, because if he can put out, like, I don't know, like a 10 million attack stat right here, or almost a 10 million attack stat, that definitely is going to be very impressive. Because we've got the support with the Gohan, so I would expect a good attack stat. But yeah, look at that. We're still taking 15k damage per normal. Alright, but 8.6, so almost 10 million. I mean, you know, closer to 9 million, but still. Not the worst. And then, yeah, the guaranteed additional right there. So yeah, again, in terms of his damage, he's looking pretty good. But I just think defensively, this guy is going to fall a little bit short. But, I mean, I guess the good thing is he does help out a lot of teams. I mean, that's for sure. He is helping out stuff like, you know, Resurrected Warriors, Time Travelers, Revenge, and all that, and like stored figures. So even though this guy is not the crazy, or I'll say this, he's just not as good as he could have been. But he is still helping out a lot of categories that need the help because he's a support, right? So he does help out those categories, even if him himself isn't really the craziest. But all right, with all that shown, yeah, I guess we can just cut to Cell Max. I'm thinking we're going to perform good in there, but I don't know. I'm usually wrong about this type of stuff. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and cut to the Cell Max event. Alright, so we're here fighting Cell Max, and I wanted to record this rotation right here, simply just because this guy has type disadvantage during this phase. So I feel like this would be pretty interesting to see how well he fares up. Now, I am going to put him in slot 2, so we are going to take one normal, because the Cell obviously does do the AoE normal at the beginning. So, you know, we're going to see how much damage he takes from that. I would assume we're not just going to get one-shotted, so then after that, we can see him tank some normals after he gets his super attack off, as long as he doesn't kill. But, yeah, I mean, overall, I feel like this is going to be, like, a pretty bad scenario for him, just because, like I said, he has type disadvantage, and he's not getting the super attack off. So if he takes a lot of damage right here, yeah, 67k. I mean, yeah, you know, that definitely is just, like, a bad scenario for him. Yeah, okay, so almost like 100k. That is a lot of damage. But then, damn, all right, and 9.5 million attacks that. Actually, that kind of caught me off guard. Yeah, so we were going to kill right there. Well, if we were taking like 67k, though, we probably would have taken double digits after we supered, especially because we had the guaranteed additional right there. Okay, well, good thing I'm on a private server and I can use a Ghost Usher versus Cell Max, because we probably would have been dead on that rotation. So yeah, I mean, not really the best showing, but not really the worst either. I mean, again, you really are going to want to make sure you get the super attack off with him first. But, I mean, even there, you know, he had type disadvantage, so I guess, you know, I'll give him a pass for taking a little bit of damage. But I don't know, even that phase of Cell Max, he doesn't really hit that hard. So, yeah, I'm not really too sure how I feel about that. But anyway, we'll see how well he's tanking on this next rotation. We're going to see him next to, obviously, the God Goku. So he will have the guaranteed additional. And I feel like him next to God Goku is probably the best scenario for him, just because you get the guaranteed additional. God Goku obviously is a slot 1 unit, so it works out like perfectly, because then you can just throw this guy in slot 2. But all right, 173k defense, so pretty solid, because after we super, we're going to be at like 340k defense, and then after we get the actual defense from our super attack effects, then that'll jump us up to like, what, 500k defense, which is good to an extent. You know, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, I guess I could throw this guy in slot 1, see how much he's taking there, but, well, no, with 173k starter turn defense, no, we'd be dead. But, yeah, all right, let's play this rotation out. We do have support from the Goku in slot 3 as well, so just, again, overall, a very good rotation for him. Okay, so God Goku's getting super attacked. I was a little bit worried, because if the Goku in slot 3 got supered, or, honestly, even if Super Saiyan 3 Bardock got supered, probably, you know, that would mean guaranteed death, so... all right, so God Goku definitely will tank these normals, eat these up, and Bardock is at a 10.1 million attack stat. I'm noticing his damage in this fight is looking a lot more impressive. I mean, you know, we've got the guaranteed additional right here as well, so overall, I would say this guy definitely is very impressive in terms of his damage, especially when you get the guaranteed additionals. You know, you get some crits off every now and then. But yeah, double digits from normals. All right. That's pretty impressive. I'll take it. I mean, I was honestly not really expecting that. I was kind of expecting to take, you know, maybe 10, 20k per normal, but double digits definitely is pretty impressive, because not only are we tanking Cell Max, but we're supporting the rotation, and we did like 10 million attack stats, so our damage right there was crazy. But again, you know, you got to keep in mind, it was a very good situation for him, because we had the Goku family support memory, we had the support from the physical Super Saiyan Goku, and of course we did have the guaranteed additional from the God Goku, so just a good situation for him. I would be more surprised if he didn't perform on the better side. But still, with all that shown, let's go ahead and cut to the unit breakdown. Okay, so here we have Mark of Saiyan Strength, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. So starting off with his leader skill, it is Super Saiyan 3 category Ki plus 3, HP attack and defense plus 170%, or Super Int type Ki plus 3, HP attack and defense plus 120%. So I don't think I mentioned this during the video, but this lead is actually very good. Super Saiyan 3, just as a category, I guess isn't really the craziest right now. I mean, we can pull this up, but it will get a lot better in time, just because, of course, you know, Super Saiyan 3 is a very hype transformation. So, you know, we could get like a Super Saiyan 3 Dokkan Fest Goku, or like Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, and then even, as you can see with a lot of the heroes units on here, you know, it does get some additions. So this guy being the prime Super Saiyan 3 lead definitely is a plus. And there is this Super Int thing, but I mean, other than like, you know, Battlefield or anything like that, that isn't going to be too crazy. Now, this guy's super attack effect is he raises defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage to enemy, and seals super attack. So I guess that's pretty useful for Super Battle Road, you know, the sealing. This guy's passive is he gets 3 ki, 100% attack and defense. He gets an additional 100% attack and defense when performing a super attack. He gives super class allies 50% attack, and then he gets the additional super attack when there's a Power Beyond Super Saiyan category ally in the same turn. And that's it. So, you know, again, as I said earlier, just a very short passive. I feel like they definitely could have done a little bit more with this guy, but I mean, still some good things here. You know, the support, the massive attack and defense buff when he does perform a super attack, and then the guaranteed additional. It is very useful. I don't want to underplay that, but just overall, as we saw throughout the video, this guy just isn't really going to be looking that crazy. At least as crazy as he could have been. But moving on to his links, he has Super Saiyan, Prepared for Battle, Experienced Fighters, the First Awaken over in a Flash, Limit Breaking Form, and Fierce Battle. So outside of like the First Awaken and Limit Breaking Form, very good link set. This guy's categories are Super Saiyan 3, Resurrected Warriors, Pure Saiyans, Time Travelers, Goku Family, Revenge, Crossover, Power of Revival, Timeless Legends, which is just stored figures, I think, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, and Bond of Parent-Child. So, I mean, yeah, a lot of good categories. You know, Crossover could use the help. Time Travelers definitely could use the help. Revenge could absolutely use the help. Stored Figures could. Resurrected Warriors could. And the rest, there's just better int options. I guess Time Travelers, there probably is better int options as well, because, you know, the int Goku and Vegeta, or the int Trunks and Vegeta, excuse me. But, yeah, overall, I would say some very good categories. And I guess just as a unit, I mean, he's good. You're definitely going to want to easy A him. I mean, I don't think you're going to want to miss out on this guy. Because, again, he's the best Super Saiyan 3 lead. He is a good support. And in slot 2 and 3, if he's like your only option to run on the team, he'll be good if you like float him off. And as long as you don't get like supered with him, you'll see him perform pretty well. But I just think majority of the time, you're going to get clapped up with him. But anyway, yeah, that has been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you're thinking of this guy. Let me know if you think I was too harsh on him or if you think I went too easy on him. And yeah, that has been the video, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.
And then